Oh, hey guys. June here. That's right. It's me. I haven't done one of these in a while. I'm just gonna do a quick, game playthrough. Let's do it. Last time was Binding of Isaac, I think. Now Tetris. Truly, I can play poorly at many kinds of games. Okay. So, okay, hold on, let me turn that down. Yeah. I'm doing this for three reasons. One, I'm just kind of bored right now. I'm waiting to see if my boyfriend and I can call later. I'm home alone, so I might as well just give myself something to do. And I'm also trying to get really good at Tetris. It hasn't been working great so far, but I'm okay at it. We're gonna see if I get better knowing there are people watching me do it and getting really mad at me probably, or if I do worse. So I'm excited for that. And the other one is I've been working on, I don't know if you can tell compared to previous videos I've done, I've kind of been working on some voice training stuff, but it's kind of tough because I live with my parents, and if they hear me talking in a more feminine register, they'll notice, and at the very least be weird about it. And so really the only time I can use it is when I'm talking to other people on the phone usually, or sometimes in person if I'm hanging out with someone. It's not I can use it at work or anything. So this gives me an opportunity to kind of talk in a voice that's a little bit like that for a while. I'm really not very good at Tetris. Which I guess makes sense because I have had very poor hand-eye coordination since I was pretty young. And I always forget to look ahead at them to see what I should be working forward towards doing. I do okay until it gets really fast, and then, it stops being alright. I am working on that video essay still. If you follow my Tumblr, you've probably heard me talking about it. I am working on it. I was working on it just yesterday even, writing it. It's slow going, and I don't want... It makes me really mad. And I don't want to rush it just to get through it. I want it to be a useful piece of work. And I also want to prioritize beyond that just my own mental health in making it and in doing everything. I don't want to hurt my brain meat by doing it. Or what's the point? What's the purpose? You don't want to do that. Let's see. What else is going on with me in Junerville? There's a forum called Junerville that I made. I'll link it down in the description, I guess. If you want to check out Junerville, go ahead and check it out. I have not been active enough on Junerville. And I'm going to be working to amend that. I had my college orientation the other day. Just 2 days ago, I guess. Which was, fine. It was fun, actually. I met some cool people who will be, in my dorm and stuff. I learned a good bit about how college stuff works, which really I don't know anything about. And my parents can't help me too much because we live in a different state than the one either of them went to college in. I've been trying... I know this is going to make me sound like a bad person. I've been trying to be less involved in current events and news, like learn less things, because it's just making me angry and sad right now, and there's not much I can do about it, and I've stopped being, I think, helpful, which is something that matters a lot to me. And my therapist is always saying and stuff like, June, you don't need to help everyone, you can help yourself sometimes. And like, I get that, like, you should do what makes you happy above everything else or whatever, but I don't know, what makes me happy is being helpful, you know. But I don't think I can help right now. I think the way I can help usually is by providing a source of, like, positivity or something, even in the face of, like, stuff sucking a lot. And right now I am not equipped to do that. I can't, if I'm, oh man, see, that sucked. I'm kind of bad at this game. To be fair, I'm talking and I'm distracted, but you know, I'm gonna play like 2 or 3 games. I probably can, cause it takes me so long. It takes me such a short time because I get out pretty early usually. I have done well a couple times. I've done decently a couple times playing this game. I've gotten, well, you'll see my high score when I lose in a second. Yeah, those ones always kind of mess me up. Yeah, we're gonna let it happen. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't think I'm capable of being very helpful right now if I'm, like, doing what I normally do, which is just trying to get informed about stuff. Yeah, this sucks. Let me just... That's a doomed one. See, look, I got 102 one time. Let's, crack open a cold one. Hold on. Yeah, that's root beer. That's actually sugar-free, caffeine-free root beer. I'm not joking. That is literally what it is. Okay. What was I saying? I just don't think right now I can be very helpful if I know everything that's going on, because everything I learn about the state of, like, civil liberties in the country I live in, everything I learn about what's happening for the trans community, everything makes me feel hopeless and sad and kind of sick. And I don't think that's good for me. And I don't think for a while I was keeping myself learning it because I was like, no, I have a responsibility to know what's going on, you know, I have a responsibility to know how to help people in my community. And then I realized, like this, I'm not helping anyone. I'm just like, it's like someone who's like, I need to train, I need to work out, I need to be really strong. And then their version of working out is like pushing themselves constantly to their limit and like just beating on themselves, and they're like bleeding at the end of every workout. And you look at that person and you think, well, you're not getting stronger. You're making yourself weaker by doing this. You're just hurting yourself by doing this. And that's what I was doing, I guess, if that's a good analogy at all. And I've been working and stuff, and a lot of my... I really hate working, which I know is like a very... Like, my job is not difficult. My job is not even really very bad. I don't think I'll ever like working. I think I've just learned that like working is not something I'm going to enjoy, regardless of what it is, unless I get some new medication that magically makes me normal, or something like that, which I don't think you should hold out hope for. I really like having money. I've gotten some nice clothes, and I can, like, when there's no food in our house, I can just go out and get myself food, usually for really cheap because I'm pretty thrifty. And that's wonderful too, because it used to be I'd just have to kind of like fend for whatever there was, which usually wasn't very much, or it wasn't very good, or it was. I'm a picky eater, and like there's one thing a person who's a picky eater should never be, and that's poor, because my family isn't, you know, we do all right, but we didn't always have money for groceries and stuff. We still don't, you know. But now I have a little bit of money where I can just get myself like frozen dinner or something like that, which is nice. I have a boyfriend. If you know me at all, you know about that, because I'm always talking about that. Which I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep doing that forever, actually. What else? What else, man? What's new with me? My summer classes are about to start for college. Or they have started, actually, but it's only been 1 week, so there's like one assignment due today, but whatever. This is actually, all this, I know this looks bad. This is actually a strategic gambit. I'm actually a genius. I am not a genius. But we do our best on this miserable earth. I've been getting really into documentaries recently. Last night I watched The Act of Killing, which is a documentary about the Indonesian government was taken over. It was a left-wing communist government for a while, and then the military rebelled against their government and started just murdering people, for the most part, just killing people, you know. And it was mostly it was a film centered around the people who did that killing. It's called The Act of Killing. It's mostly in Indonesian, but there are English subtitles if you watch it on the website that I watched it on. Tonight I'm thinking I'm gonna watch a documentary called I Hate Myself, which is this whole can of worms, and I don't know if I'm going to like it. I'm really not sure if I'm going to like it, but regardless, I think I'll find it interesting. I think probably I'll find it even more interesting if I don't like it, honestly. With the way that I watch movies, I'll have a lot more to think about and talk about after. That sucks. Why did I do that? I'll have a lot. Why did Kara do this? I'll have a lot more to talk about that after I see it. Whatever. Oh my gosh. This is like one of the worst games I've ever played, including the one you just watched me play. If this video gets posted, I don't know if this video even is gonna get posted. This video might just genuinely be, you'll know, person watching this, you will know if it was like unlisted and I just sent it to one server I'm in and like a few of my friends, and I was like, man, this is so embarrassing. I'm so bad at this game. How long have I been recording? Am I still recording? I don't know. If you're seeing this, hi, June here. Drop a comment about how many licks do you think it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? Comment that down below. Just comment that down below. Right now. I've been listening to a lot of like depressive, suicidal black metal recently, which I mentioned this to a friend, and that friend was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I had to be like, "Yeah, I am. I'm really good actually. I've been feeling kind of weird and lonely recently, but that's like the extent of it. Like, I'm not even like really depressed or anything. And I think honestly it kind of makes sense because for the last few months, you know, I've had college courses every day. Every day I've had somewhere to go. I've had people I've seen. Even in many of those classes, I didn't really talk to anyone. I didn't really know anyone in them, but I was at least immersing myself in people every day. In immersing myself with people in every day in an environment that wasn't necessarily hostile. And my job is necessarily hostile. I mean, it's a fast food place. Like, it sucks. It sucks being in there. It sucks being around. Even the people I like, I had a couple good days at work where it's only been like the two people who I'm vaguely friendly with were the only two people working. But beyond that, I don't know, it's a very weird and solitary and kind of miserable experience to really only get out of the house if you're working or if you're going on a walk. Or if you're, recently our pool opened, so I've been going to the pool too, which makes me dysphoric, but eventually I decided I really like swimming. I'll just kind of ball. I'll just go. Like, who cares? No one here's gonna, there's no sense in being dysphoric around a bunch of people who like only view you as a man and have no real chance of ever viewing you any other way. Which, you know, I don't mean that even in like a self-pity way. I just mean like it sort of frees you up a little bit because a lot of the time, especially with like a certain kind of vaguely progressive person who thinks they're trans positive but isn't really, you have to constantly perform a certain way and be viewed and present a certain way for them to view you the way you want to be viewed. And so it feels like you're constantly kind of having to put on a little show, a little dance for all the like cisgender people around you. Even some trans people are like that, honestly. Part of it is just I'm insecure, you know. Part of it I should acknowledge is just that I'm an insecure person. And so I always worry about that, even if I have no reason to worry about that. And so if you put me in a situation where I should genuinely worry about it, like I'm gonna, I don't know. But what was I saying? Anyway, it's just sort of, sometimes it's okay and it's a good and freeing experience to be around people who you know don't view you that way and who you know won't view you that way. Because you can just do whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that, like, my hairy legs are out. It doesn't matter that I haven't shaved in a while. Because, like, even if I had shaved in a while, even if I was on hormones for years, you wouldn't care. You wouldn't care at all. So that's I don't know. That's how I look at it. It makes it easier for me to do things. And who are you to judge, freak? Shut up. Okay. So yeah, that's just how I've gotten myself to go swimming, which is good because I like swimming a lot. And it gets me out of the house. Anything that gets me out of the house is good. For any reason other than work, because that doesn't count. It's worse than being just in my house. I just quit, but I need like money. You give someone a whiff of that green. This is what Jesus Christ meant when he said that money is the root, well, the love of money. He specifically said the love of money is the root of all evil. But in this case, it's not me being evil. It's me being like, okay, yeah, I'll go to subway.com. But yeah. How are you? What's going on with you guys? I feel like I don't check in enough. I feel like I don't ask you, the viewer, what's going on enough. What's going on with you? Have you been good recently? Do you see any good movies? What kind of music are you into? I think I said I've been listening to some DSBM recently, and I never even finished my thought there. It's not that I'm doing bad, like mental health wise or anything. It's not. I mean, if I was, like, that's not the kind of music I'd be listening to. Even. I don't really have a kind of music I only listen to when I'm like in a bad mood or something like that. I really just listen to it because honestly, I find a lot of the satanic black metal stuff really silly. And it kind of, with black metal, there's a lot of different kinds of black metal. There's a lot of different options for what you want to listen to. But it does feel to me like a lot of it is either people talking about how much they love being Nazis, which I don't like that at all, obviously. People talking about how much they like Satan, which is okay, but it feels a little bit silly to me just because, and I'm not hating on Satanists here. Shout out to Satanists, you guys rock. It just feels like none of them actually believe in any of that stuff. The majority of them have gone on record saying, they don't actually believe in any of that stuff. So it is literally just for, like engagement with their music. And it's, I don't know, that feels kind of weird to me. Not that they're doing that. I think they should be allowed to do that. I think you should be allowed to do like whatever you want artistically. But I don't know. I feel like if you are doing that, that's your idea of what Satanism is. Like you're just gonna stick to the same few like dumb horror hammer film stereotypes about it. I don't know. I just feel like they could be doing better, I think it's cool, but I think they could be doing better. That's why I really want to recommend this great band called Zealand Ardor. Zealand Ardor is a black metal band that mixes black metal with traditional African American spirituals, blues, gospel music, that sort of music, like all those different genres. So that's a bunch of genres just by themselves. So that's like a lot of stuff that's at play in that band. And it's beyond that, it's even cooler because it is it's a alternate history idea of what it would have been like if instead of embracing Christianity, it's about like a satanic slave revolt, and it has Satan depicted in like a heroic light as a bringer of freedom and all this stuff, and it's very cool. It's a very cool approach to showing Satanism in a different way than most black metal projects do, really. And musically, it's really good. Musically, the black metal parts are not, like, both the gospel bits and the black metal bits are equally fantastic, which is a really, really hard thing to achieve. But, like, they would stand well either just as a gospel group, or I guess in their case, gospel music, but, like, not very gospel imagery or messaging. They would stand equally well just doing that or just being a black metal band. And I can't think of any other fusion. I can't think really of any other genre fusion band that achieves that as well as they do. So that's pretty cool. There's something else I was going to talk about. I don't remember what. I was going to talk about the R slur. I don't remember why. Oh, I kind of do now. Okay, so like, do not cancel me for this, because this is something I thought about a bit, and it's something I'm very willing and open to changing my mind on. And I am saying this as a person who who is developmentally disabled, who's in like special programs for that, my whole childhood and all that. Like all that's true. I was, and so like I'm the group that I'm not only like lots of autistic people got called the R slur. If you're autistic and you went to a public school, there's a good chance you were called the R slur. If you're completely neurotypical and you went to a public school, and there's a good chance you were called the R slur. Like people used to love saying it. People seem to love saying it again now, which disturbs me a tiny bit. I don't. When you talk to someone who just has like autism or is just neurodivergent in some way, who uses it, in the sense that people generally use it, oftentimes they'll just be like, I don't know. I think that when someone uses a slur towards you constantly in a derogatory manner, you should be allowed to reclaim it. And I agree, actually. I completely agree with that. I say the word faggot all the time. And I'm a straight trans woman, for the most part. So, like, that word doesn't exactly apply to me, but I get called it pretty constantly when people see the kinds of relationships I've been in, the kind of relationship I am in currently. It's one of the first thing that people who suck want to call me, So of course I reclaim the word. The word is used about me and to me pretty constantly. Saying I can't reclaim it kind of feels weird and a little rude to me. And so in a sense, I guess I kind of agree. But the problem is, my real problem with it is that no one in the world is actually reclaiming the R slur. No one who says they're reclaiming the R slur is reclaiming it. I've never seen it used in a genuinely reclamatory sense, which is to say, reclaiming a slur does not mean I can now use this slur against people I don't like. Like, I don't go around calling gay men, the F slur in an angry, derogatory manner. That would just be me using a slur. That would not be me reclaiming a slur. That would just be me using a slur. And I feel the same way about the R slur, where I would love a world where, especially as someone who is developmentally disabled myself, I would love a world where people happily and proudly call themselves that. Not in the sense that people currently call themselves that, which is always in a very negative light, portraying themselves as being stupid or somehow inferior to other people by using the word, which is the exact same way it's used against them. So that's not reclaiming it. I would love a world where you can like teasingly call your friends it, because like if you've ever been in a group of gay friends or trans friends, like gay and trans people love calling each other that in like a silly, teasing, loving, lighthearted way. I would love a world where you can do that too. But currently, if someone calls me that, I just feel like we're gonna fight. Like we're gonna get in a fight, because even now, people call their friends that when they're genuinely trying to like get under their skin for the most part. Or even if they're not trying to do that, that's what happens, is you get under someone's skin by saying that. And I don't know. I would love for it to be reclaimed. I really would. I would love because the best part of reclaiming a slur is that slur no longer can be used in the same sense as a weapon to hurt you. Like I was called multiple slurs just the other day by like some weird little cis boy in a pickup truck, and I just thought, man, I have friends who like say stuff like that all the time. That doesn't really hurt my feelings. Like I don't care, because that's a word that is fun and means something better to me now. And that's like the best part of reclaiming this word. And I would love for a word that, has hurt me a lot of my life, and really, especially when I was younger, made me feel very stupid and sad and bad about myself. I would love for that word to no longer have the power to do that over more young people who don't deserve to have to grow up with an insult like that in their lives. That'd be awesome. But no one's doing that. No one actually wants to reclaim the word. People just want a chance to say their like comfort slur. Which, if you have a comfort slur, you're a bad person. I don't know. I don't care. You might not be a bad person because I don't know you. I don't know who you are. maybe you're a great person, but that's not a good thing about you. You shouldn't take comfort in using a wig like that. So yeah, that's my take on it. Anyway, feel free to disagree in the comments. Feel free to send me death threats or whatever. Please don't, actually. I don't like death threats. They make me think I'm gonna die. I'm kind of getting pissed. I might just, like, quit this and stop this game. And free myself. No one else can do it for you. Only you can let it. No one else can speak the word on your lips. Is there anything else like last minute? Now that I didn't mean to do that. Resume. Shout out to I don't know. Shout out to testicular cancer. Shout out to my friends. Shout out to my favorite pizza, which I always get a little embarrassed saying is, the pizza that I get at a grocery store. Shout out to you. Thank you for watching this video. I love you.